morning, students. So today we are going to start, that is about the double decomposition reaction. So already you have learned about the combination reaction, decomposition reaction and single displacement reactions. So today we are going to discuss about double decomposition reaction. So what is double decomposition reaction? It is also called double displacement reaction. Actually, double decomposition reaction, two compounds react. So when two compounds react, that means they will exchange their elements or their ions. Ions means the positive ion and the negative ion. So they will exchange their elements or their ions. So in a compound, actually two elements are there. So two elements, they are present in the compound and they will exchange each other and also their ions. So that is called the double decomposition reaction, in which after the reactions two new product is formed. For example, AB plus CD, it is written here. So AB will combine with D and B will combine with C, forming the two product, that is AD plus BC, the two new product or the two new compounds. So that is called double decomposition reaction. Come to the next page. Double displacement reaction or the double decomposition reaction is AD plus BC gives AC plus BD. So here what will happen? C, that means exchange of A and C will take place and D will combine with B, forming AC and BD. Not only the element exchange each other, but also the ions. A will be the positive ion, B will be the positive ion, and D will be the negative, and C will be the negative. So negative, positive will combine to form a new product. So that is called double displacement reaction. So double displacement reaction means a reaction where elements in different compounds exchange places, producing two new compounds. So that is called double displacement reaction. Here it is written AB plus CD gives CB plus AD. Now here A and C are called cations. A and C are the plus ion, positive ion. That's why they are called cations. So positive ions are also called as the cation. So remember, when a compound is formed, always there will be either the metal and the non-metal, or two non-metal or metal. Then in that case, the ions will be, one will be the positive ion and another will be the negative ion. In this way a new compound is formed. So A and C here are called the cation because A and C are present in different compound and both are positive ion, whereas B and D are the negative ions. So they are called anions. So in a compound, always positive and the negative will form a compound, positive and the negative. So in this way a compound are formed. Now when compound react with each other, then what will happen? They will exchange their elements. That means A will take D and B will take C. Plus minus, plus minus. Positive negative, positive negative. So cation and anion will combine to form a new compound. Again cation and anion will form cation and anion will form another compound. So that is called the C and B. The C and AD are the two new compounds. So in this way the double displacement reactions takes place. Now there are two types of double precipitation reaction. So this is the precipitation reaction. See here, I think you all have learned about the precipitate. What is precipitate? A solid form. So precipitate means a solid form, insoluble product when the two compound in liquid state, in aqueous solution, when they mix, then a new product is formed. That is called the insoluble product in the form of solid state, and that is called precipitate. So here when barium chloride solution is mixed with sodium sulfate solution, then what will happen? A new precipitate, a solid form is formed, which is known as white precipitate of barium sulfate. White precipitate of barium sulfate. that is the white precipitate of barium sulfate. This is called the precipitation reaction. Reaction. As you have learned about the neutralization reaction, what happens when acid and base react? They cancel each other, they neutralize each other, and they form a new compound that is called salt. Plus water is also liberated. So that is called neutralization reactions, and it is also a type of double displacement reaction. Example is hydrochloric acid, that is a strong gas, combines with sodium hydroxide, a strong base. Then when they mix, then water plus sodium chloride is formed. So water plus sodium chloride. So picture are shown here. Hydrochloric acid plus sodium hydroxide is mixed. Then what will form? Water. Then salt is also produced. Sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is produced after the neutralization reaction. So HCl plus NaOH will give H2O2 plus NaCl. So this is the reaction in which the HCl plus NaOH will give H2O2 plus NaCl2. NaCl, not NaCl2, NaCl. It is written about the double displacement reaction. So what is double displacement reaction? When two compounds react by exchanging their elements or groups, then they are termed as double displacement reactions. So exchange of elements or ions takes place. So AB plus CD will give AD plus CB. These reactions are of two types: precipitation reaction and the neutralization reaction. Number one, precipitation, and number two, neutralization reaction. So what is precipitation reaction? As you already know, when two compounds mix, then in that case sometimes the precipitate or solid form is also developed or formed due to the the combination of two aqueous solution of the compounds. Like for example, if we mix sodium hydroxide in MgCl2 magnesium chloride, then sodium chloride plus Mg magnesium hydroxide will be formed. So sodium chloride is a salt, and it will settle at the bottom. It will form a solid form that is called precipitate. So precipitate is a solid form or an insoluble product will be formed. For example, barium chloride, a solution of barium chloride when mixed with sodium sulfate, then it will form the barium sulfate plus NaCl2, NaCl. So in that case, the barium sulfate will form as a precipitate. So when two compounds reacts to form an insoluble product, it is termed as precipitation reaction, and forming the insoluble product which appears in the form of precipitate. So sodium hydroxide reacts with magnesium chloride to give a white precipitate of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is also called common salt. So common salt is in the form of white precipitate or insoluble precipitate, which is settled at the bottom. So that is called the precipitation reaction. Next is neutralization reactions. In acid and base, we have learned about the neutralization reaction. So when an acid reacts with base, it forms a salt and water. So Ha is called as an acid. In acid, hydrogen ion is shown in the form of plus ion, and hydroxide ion. Hydrogen here will be in the plus form and OH will be in the minus form. That is here the H cation and OH will be anion. So here what will happen when acid and base react? They will neutralize each other, and then they will form a new compound which is called as salt, AB, and also water is liberated. Water is given out. So this is called the neutralization reaction, which is also called the double displacement reaction, because there is an exchange of ions taking place. So hydrogen is combining with the base, and they will decompose each other and they will form the new product, salt. So here the example is given in page number 93. Hydrochloric acid, that is a strong acid, react with sodium hydroxide, that is a strong base. When they combine, then they will neutralize each other and they will exchange their ions, they will exchange their elements, and then they will form sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is formed and also water is released. Sodium chloride is a salt. So that is about the neutralization reactions. Now I think it is clear about the double displacement reaction. What is double displacement reaction? Double displacement reaction means a reaction in which when two compounds react, then there is an exchange of element or ions, that is cation or anion, plus or minus, that is the positive ion or the negative ion, and a new product is formed after that. Displacement reactions are of two types, that is precipitation reaction and neutralization reaction. In precipitation reaction, always the precipitate is formed in the insoluble product in the solid form and it will settle at the bottom. Whereas in neutralization reaction, when acid and base react, then they form salt along with water. So that's all for today.